It's finals week. I think you can tell by the acne. Hi YouTube, my name's Sandra. I'm a second year Doctor of Occupational Therapy student, and it is finals, baby. So we are studying and incredibly burnt out while doing it, which is great. I haven't had a break from school in a year. Last winter break, which was December to January of 2021-2022. It is now December of 2022, so almost a full year later, 11 months. And since then I have had a total of 3 weeks off. Each one was in between 2 semesters, so you got maybe a day off and then you needed to be prepping for the next semester. So we are tired, we are burnt out, we are ready for a break, and we have 3 exams in between us and that break. 2 of my exams are on Monday and the following one is on Tuesday, which is wonderful because I do not need to wait until Friday of this week to be done. I do have 1 paper due, but it's very simple. So feeling good, feeling fresh, fit, fab, fun. So welcome to my study session. When it comes to studying, I think of finals as my race day, and I do not ever try anything new or experiment with different techniques. You'll always find me using Anki's study guides and the Pomodoro method to get things done around finals time. I practice new study techniques when it's smaller stakes, like quizzes or maybe some exams when I'm doing really well in a class. But for finals, I definitely never ever go outside of the box, and I always focused on spaced repetition, recall, and making sure that I am reviewing all of the information that's important. It's the Wednesday after my final exams. It's currently 7:20 in the morning and I'm getting my day started. Okay, so let's see. I went and worked. I went to the gym. I went to the grocery store because I needed a few things, and now I'm home and I was just like, man, I'm so behind today. It's only 11 o'clock and I did all those things. So I think we're doing completely fine. And you're doing fine too, just so you know. So now I'm gonna cook some lunch because I'm freaking hungry because of the gym, and I need to meal prep because I have some chicken that's gonna go bad. And then I am going to do some schoolwork. So that's the plan. Okay, so where do I even start? This month, it is currently December. Let's put you there. I've been wanting to just like get my together again, and so I think I just like had too many things flying around, always too long of a to-do list, and like myself was deprioritized for the longest time. But now I have my first break that I've ever had in a year. I'm not quite done with all of my assignments. I actually had planned to be done with all the papers that I need to write. It's finals week, whatever. But Microsoft Word won't open on my computer, so I decided to just not do that today, or right now at least. Anyways, long story long is the month of December I have off of school. I'll still be working both of my jobs, but that frees up 40 hours a week for me. So I'm gonna use that as a time to kind of kickstart getting my back together so that I'm in a bunch of habits that are maybe a little bit better for me to maintain my health through the next semester by the time the next semester starts. So that's my like hot, fun, fit, fab plan. So now let's talk execution. I don't know if you guys have heard of like the 2-day rule. I first heard it through Matt D'Avella, Matt D'Avella. I'm gonna stick with that pronunciation. Basically, when you're trying to build a new habit, you have to do it at least like every other day. You can't go 2 days without missing it. And so it gives you a little bit of flexibility as you're like building a new habit. That like, okay, if I don't do it today, I just have to do it tomorrow. But then there's also the motivation of like, no, I want to do it every day. So I have 4 things that I've been trying to reincorporate in my life. These are not new things to my life. They're just things that have not been in existence for maybe a little bit too long because of just like school and not really knowing how to manage and balance my time and incorporate them. But I think if I build them back in, then I just build my next semester schedule around like this lifestyle. So the first one is exercising every day in some way, shape, or form, 45 minutes of movement a day. I can do this, I just need to build it and have the habit of doing it. And I just feel so much better, and like mentally and also motivation wise am so much better when I'm exercising regularly. So I want to build that back in. Drinking more water. For this month I have a gallon of water just to kind of get back into it. We are at a higher elevation. I'm in Denver and I go up to the mountains pretty frequently because my boyfriend lives up there. So you need more water when you live at a higher elevation. And then screen time. So screen time is a loose term because I have to be on screens for one of my jobs as well as school. Like school is essentially all on screens. So what I mean by screen time is like my social media and like mindless screen time. I want to get that down to less than 2 hours a day, and that feels like shameful to me to think that I'm even spending 2 hours a day when realistically it's closer to like 4 hours a day on my phone. So I'm working to get that down, and then also reading every single day a book. I love reading. It's one of my favorite things. So I need to just incorporate that back into my life. I'm reading Game of Thrones right now. I am early on, but I'm not a fan. So I'll keep you posted on that. I feel like I have to clean my room in every single vlog that I film, but here we are again. It's giving she has ADHD. Why is my laptop case on top of my night? Like, this doesn't, why are there tweezers? The Rubik's Cube makes sense, but the laptop, why was that ever over here? My laptop's not in there. If you're wondering, these are all clean clothes. I hung them up there to dry, and then when I went to shower, I just threw them. And you're probably like, man, you should just slow down and be better. And yeah, that's completely logical. But my brain doesn't work like that because I know that I shouldn't do those things. But I just need, like, I'm focused. I don't even know how to explain it. I just like can't not do that, which is not a growth mindset. But it's such like a dopamine issue and not at all a like motivation or like organization issue. Yeah, like this mess bothers me. But it's also like the thought of walking the clothes to the bed to fold them and then putting them in the closet is like a 6-step process, and my brain can't not be stuck on like step. It's so much easier to just throw them on the ground and deal with it later. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I think I do a lot better when tasks are blocked, and so I know subconsciously that there is laundry in the dryer to fold. And so why would I fold the clothes in there when I'm just gonna have to be folding all of the other clothes later? But I can't just put them on the bed to save for later because it's nighttime. Like, when that happened, it was nighttime and I had to go get in bed, and I'm not gonna sleep on a pile of clothes. What am I, a peasant? So I'm gonna put them on the ground and deal with them when I'm folding all the other laundry. Is that the most sane thing to do? No. I'll be the first to tell you that it's awful. But that, I think that's like what happens. How do I get anything done? If you're wondering that, I am too. Okay, Google, play Taylor Swift songs to scream sing too. I changed my shirt. It was nothing personal to the last shirt. It's just that this one is softer and was clean. Okay, I'm at work. It's the end of the day. And I'm feeling tired, and I just wanted to turn this camera on and apologize for the fact that this vlog was a little bit hectic and maybe not as all-encompassing as I would have wanted it to be. And just kind of on that note, I wanted to touch a little bit on yeah, like winding down. And I think if you have seen any of my videos, I think every single one of them from this semester talked about how burnt out I am. So I'm definitely looking forward to a break, and I think it's important to take breaks and to be given the opportunity. But I also just kind of wanted to touch a little bit more on my plans for the break. So not only like am I planning to get back to more of a version of myself that I like being a little bit more, but also like giving myself time to go slow. And part of that is being super intentional about like my screen time and recognizing that I do not feel better when I spend a whole day staring at a screen. I feel worse. I feel like my brain is mush and I'm not myself. I'm just an embodiment of all of the content that I've consumed. And so I really want to be intentional about that over the break, of like taking slow time, but having that slow time be coffee with friends, Like, I'm signed up for a YMCA membership, so yoga at the Y, working out at the Y, going for walks, listening to music, doing a puzzle. Like, those are the slow, intentional things that I want to do, not scrolling on my phone, or watching Netflix. Even Emily in Paris comes out, and so that will be, I will dedicate a day to binge watching the new season of Emily in Paris. But yeah, just being a little bit more intentional about how I take my downtime. So I wanted to pop on here and say that relaxing is an occupation and I want to do it well. Hashtag occupational therapy. Yeah, anyways, I think this is where I'm gonna end the vlog, just because there's not a lot going on tonight. I'm just here babysitting, so I'm gonna work on something. As always, subscribe. Hopefully things won't be as chaotic and hectic as this one was, but if you made it this far in the video, thank you. But I really enjoy having you and I really like making this content, so subscribing keeps me motivated to do it, as does liking and commenting. I like to hear and chat with you all about your experiences. If you're in OT school, I love to hear it. If you're headed to OT school, I love to hear it even more. So yeah, let me know.